Namaskara folks, this is Kripal Amanna and welcome to a new vlog series. Our destination this morning is Wayanad in the northeast part of Kerala. We're heading to Tranquil Resort, a unique plantation stay experience tucked deep in a 400-acre coffee estate. Well, we've just entered the Bandipur National Park. Where will you get this fresh forest air?
This is the first 5 rooms that we started. So this was an old bungalow.
You feel like you're nestled in one of the boughs of either the jackfruit tree or the gulmohar tree that runs through the room. Ah, that looks good.
Green mango fish curry.
And the Kerala chicken roast. Oh, I love these pieces of coconut in that. Every strand, every fiber of that chakka has assimilated within itself the curry. Well, this is exactly the sort of place where perhaps while eating lunch, you may be already thinking about dinner. So our destination this morning is roughly around 275 kilometers from home in Bengaluru. But thanks to the Mysuru Expressway, which has made traveling around this part a breeze, we should be at Tranquil Resort in just under 5 hours. It makes such a huge difference when you get out early. You skip the traffic entirely in the city. That was an easy cruise on the Mysuru Expressway. Perhaps time for some coffee. Namaskara. 3 plate idli vade kodi. 3 coffee kodi. Thank you. Well, just stopped here for a cup of coffee at Hari Govinda's at the Payana Museum. In fact, this is a museum that I have on my mind to visit some point in the near future. So the stretch from here is fairly simple. We drive a bit further towards Mysuru, take a left going towards Gundlupet, roughly about 50 odd kilometers, and from there on we make our way towards Kerala. We enter through Bandipur and cross the border into Kerala through the Muttanga forest belt. And then the next stop is Sultan Bathery before we make it to the Tranquil in Wayanad. It's about 43 kilometers to Gundlupet. I'm looking forward to the stretch after Gundlupet when we enter the forest area. I just looked down at the distance covered thus far and we've already done 195 odd kilometers. Just over 3 hours of drive time. This is absolutely incredible. And you don't feel the stress of driving at all. You don't feel like you've undertaken one long journey. So I'm really looking forward to our time at the Tranquil, because this resort is perhaps one of the oldest in the area, and also the way they run it is very different, and you will see that in this vlog and the other vlogs that will follow in this series. So definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to be notified each time we drop a video. It's a beautiful stretch that we're driving on. We're driving through banana plantations. I'm sure some of that must be the rasa balehannu, and then also fields of sunflowers. I'm quite tempted to actually stop and take a selfie, but lunch awaits at the Tranquil. We've just taken a ride at Gundlupet towards Wayanad, and this is also the route that goes to Kozhikode. I remember doing a series in Kozhikode about 4 years ago, and this was the exact route that we took. It looks like it might rain because I can see these dark clouds just glide past the top of the hills in the distance. Well, I had to stop in and take a closer look at this flower field. So you got marigolds in the foreground, and in the distance you can see the sunflowers. When you drive, there is so much that you take in along the way, but only if you do so in a relaxed fashion. If you're in a hurry to get to your destination, well, all this will just pass you by and you won't even register all the beautiful things you could have met along the way. So although the drive time is only about 5 hours, definitely factor in for some time to take pictures of the sunflower fields, the marigold fields, etc. My ETA in Wayanad has gone up by about 15-20 minutes. So now it says arrival around 1:38 p.m. Well, we've just entered the Bandipur National Park. Where will you get this fresh forest air? Notwithstanding the fact that there's a truck that just passed me by and there's a fleet of 2 buses after that. But still, when you live in the city, this is very precious. Welcome to Kerala State on NH 212, Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. Sultan Bathery is roughly around 20 odd kilometers from here, and I think that's where we take a left to head towards our destination, TRANQUIL. As we draw nearer to Wayanad, I'm certainly feeling hungry. I'm looking forward to lunch. Well, here we are at TRANQUIL Resort Kuppamudi Coffee Estate in Wayanad. I have to lower the windows for this to soak up the air of this coffee estate. It's amazing how a mere 5.5 hour drive and you're in a different world altogether. So from the estate gate to the bungalow, I'm told it's roughly about 1 kilometer or so. It's also a terrain that any car can do. As you hit Sultan Bathery, you get a bit of traffic, and then just a few kilometers beyond, once you hit the gates of this estate, well, things change quite dramatically. I think this 1 kilometer drive into the estate to the resort also serves as a good interlude to just leave all the woes of the cities behind. Definitely looking forward to the next 3 days here, getting lost in all of this. When it comes to coffee, well, this is Robusta country, and that's what you see all around. I've been on the road the last 5.5 hours, but this, I think, 10-minute stretch where you cover 1 kilometer from the gate to the TRANQUIL Resort bungalow is certainly the highlight of the drive for me. How are you doing, Ajay?
Welcome back. Good to see you. What is it? 12 years?
12 years, is it?
Yeah, when we were here with your family, yeah?
Time
Good to see
flies.
you. Looking great.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hi Nisha, how are you doing?
Nice to see you again.
Good drive today.
Fantastic. Well, we are with Ajay, Matula and Nisha. So they look after the place and they make sure that everything runs like clockwork. And the property is what, 15, 20 years?
24 years old.
24 years.
Feb 1st, 2000 is when we took our first guest. We were the first plantation homestay in India because we had the 400 acres around us, you know, the plantation part of it. And it was just a natural transition from plantation to hospitality. And that's how it all started off. And only 10 rooms. That's
Wow. So that's 40 acres to every
Yeah.
room.
it. So there's no arms and elbows in people's faces, you know. So you got
Correct.
plenty of space here. Obviously, we've added modern luxuries and amenities to the rooms over the years. But the old world charm, the old world style of how we operated in terms of hospitality, in terms of service, that's
doesn't
still the
change.
same. That's still the same. It's like one of our guests told us, describe Tranquil as coming to an old friend's house, but with all the luxuries and trappings of a high-end resort here. This is the first 5 rooms that we started. So this was an old bungalow. This bungalow and the main bungalow there were the only 2 existent buildings on this estate. And that's how the whole hospitality idea started. Kripal, I don't know if you remember Sami. Sami's been
Namaskara.
29 years.
29 years.
More than all of us here combined. He's
So
been here.
He's older than Tranquil.
He's older than Tranquil. He's seen it as a child, in fact, here, you know, because his dad used to be here. Cheers. Welcome back.
Good to be here.
Good to have you with us here.
So this is one of those few properties where, like you said, the feel is very homely, but the amenities, the service is like a resort.
Absolutely right. So from the 5 rooms that we started with, what's happened, Kripal, over the years is we've expanded that to various categories. So we have a 10-room inventory now. We have our chairman's suite, our luxury suite. The real big ones are the tree houses. We have a couple only tree house. We have a family style tree villa. And our latest addition to this inventory is our pool villa. 3-bedroom private pool villa. It comes with a shuttlecourt. We'll keep thinking of, okay, what else can we do to enhance that experience, you know?
Fantastic.
This is the planter's garden room section. So what we've actually entered is one of the bedrooms of the original bungalow. The room in the center next to us was the living room. The bathroom which we are entering right now was actually the kitchen area.
I think these are probably the biggest bathrooms I've ever seen. The elevation is almost as high as Bengaluru.
That's right. Bangalore's about 1,000
3,000.
meters. We are about 860 meters above sea level here. But the estate goes up to 1,300 meters above sea level.
Okay.
So we enter here into the guest lounge area. We've got a tree duck on the top where people practice their yoga, board games, caroms.
This looks like this could be a swimming pool in Greece.
This is newly done.
This is fantastic.
Very close to the pool is these 2 categories of rooms.
Okay.
Below is the luxury suite and right above it is the chairman's suite. So let me show you the luxury suite. They're much larger rooms compared to the planter's garden rooms. They're more private. This is ideal not just for a couple but also for a large family. 4 or 5 members of a family, especially with kids. You got your extra beds out here in the evenings. Couple has their privacy in the bedroom and it opens up into a private garden.
So is this what they call the Orocaria Kokai, the Christmas tree?
Christmas tree or the monkey puzzle.
It used to be a potted plant and we used to use it every Christmas.
This tree?
This tree. We used to decorate it. Yeah, all our gifts were under this tree. And then one year we decided, okay, no, let's put it in the ground. That was
Wow.
20 years ago. And
You'll need plenty of ornaments
You bet.
to decorate this one. My goodness, look at that.
it's beautiful.
You have pepper vines growing up here. You can see the pepper growing.
There are very few places where you can actually cut off completely, right?
And this is one of those few places where you can do that, Kripal. Your mobile signals, your Wi-Fi, all that is available. But at the same time, you know, you have niches of space where you can be by yourself, collect your own thoughts. At the end of the day, the luxury is to be able to have that time for yourself, have that time for your family. in a space like ours and have the space to do it. So the chairman's suite features a private veranda which overlooks the swimming pool over here. It's a large room, about 700 square feet, rosewood paneling. It has 2 separate bathrooms which we demarcate as a his and hers with the kind of toiletries that we put in. Has private dressing room also.
I can see that antique
That
chest.
antique chest is a camphor chest. The moment you open this, just smell that. I mean, that many years old, it still smells beautiful.
So this is made of camphor.
It's made of pure camphor, okay?
Camphor
And
wood.
Camphor wood. And
Wow.
it has that same smell. And we keep our linen in there. So this is an old ship captain's log table there.
So this was on a ship somewhere.
This is on a ship somewhere, so you can make out the compactness of it all. This is the pathway that leads to the treehouse. It's very accessible. It's built on a gulmohar tree.
It's almost like it's holding it.
It's holding it. You've got
It's
a
cradling
jackfruit
it.
tree on that side. It's about 600 square feet in total. So, but one of the nicest things about this tree house is that you've got a stream running underneath. And at night, that's the only sound
Sound
you
that you
hear.
hear.
It's just that stream running here.
Well, and this is going to be home for the next 3 nights for me at TRANQUIL. Wow.
You've got the tree trunk running over the bed. Got a small library put in over here. Slide it open and boom.
This is something. Don't get me wrong, the chairman's suite, the luxury suite, great accommodation, but well, hard to beat this view.
But the tree villa, the one that you stayed in last time, is being completely refurbished. That's going to be
really?
about 1,200 square feet. And that features 2 bathrooms, and that's got the jackfruit tree growing in the bathroom.
I remember
as
that.
well as a rosewood tree here. Kripal, ready for some lunch?
I'm famished.
Come on, let Nisha show you what's what on the buffet.
So Nisha, what's cooking?
I usually have like 1 non-vegetarian and 1 vegetarian salad.
The starfruit looks good. Is this from the estate?
It's a plant I planted.
It can get more farm to fork than that,
Definitely,
right? Huh?
yes.
Ah, that looks good.
Green mango fish curry.
And the Kerala chicken roast. Oh, I love these pieces of coconut in that. Chakka.
No, this chakka curry, you're lucky because it's not in season. I've scoured the plantation and found
Yeah.
one raw chakka curry.
So you got a poriyal.
We got poriyal and some achinga. Achinga is the long beans.
Ah, the long beans.
Yeah.
Mendika fry.
Vendekai fry.
Nice and crispy.
Wonderful.
Actually, the pickles are must try. They're very unusual ones, especially like, okay, so the nutmeg. This one, have you ever heard of heart of palm?
Palm heart, yeah.
Yeah.
The heart of palm pickle. And there's also some nutmeg pickle. I've never had a nutmeg pickle before. So all these are pickled here by you.
All.
The chakka and drumstick again is a combination. That's delicious. Hot parota. Very good. I think that's just what the chakka curry.
Chakka curry, the hot parota is nice.
Ah, that's just what the chakka curry was calling for. This is the sort that would be happiest with that parota, the Kerala parota. This is gold.
It's a spot.
What I love about chakka is its meatiness, right? It almost mimics meat. The gravy is superb.
Right?
And the chakka has soaked it all in. Very good. You've got the salads which are Western, and then you've got a Kerala style chicken. The chakka is of course Kerala. The poriyal you have. So do you kind of mix and match your?
Yes, I do. I have to admit, I do mix and match. Predominantly Kerala, but then I've got a lot of our old family recipes.
I'm from Kerala. You know, Nisha's got Tamil and Andhra, as well as foreign bloods. Cuisine sort of makes its impact that way.
This bottle gourd and the peas again is excellent. Very good.
I have about 5 plus 1, 6 vegetarian dishes every day in the buffet. So I like those to be highlighted as well. Definitely every day one thing from the garden.
And even this is a very homely sort of a preparation.
Yeah.
Very comforting.
We also eat with our guests. The ingredients have to be fresh. It's not typical hotel kind of food. It's very comforting. It's
You are
home food.
entertaining people in your house.
This is a very different combination. The star fruit, some caramelized, what is that, cashew?
Cashew, yeah.
And some apple. Ideally, you would eat the salad first. That's delicious. You got the crunch of the apple. You've got that slightly bitter sweetness of the caramelized cashew. Oh, very good. Every strand, every fiber of that chakka has assimilated within itself the curry. And so when you bite into that chakka, out gushes that delicious coconut curry. The one dish that I haven't tasted yet, green mango fish curry. But I think that calls for the company of some rice. So the spicing in this is from the red chili.
Kashmiri chili powder.
But the fish that we've used is called hamur. Brown spotted grouper is what it's actually known by. But
very popular.
Very popular, especially among the
In the
Malayali
Middle East,
crowd.
When you're tasting a raw mango fish curry, you're expecting to taste sourness in the raw mango. But there's little that you'll find in it because its job was to lend its sourness to that fish curry, which is what it has done. Balanced beautifully with the spice from the red chilies. Very nice. I'm sorry to be rude, but what's for dinner?
What's for dinner? I was thinking the same thing. So we've got mutton lasagna today. We've got also a veg bake today.
A veg bake.
Yeah. One of the highlights today is tomato rice and a chicken ball curry.
It's his mom's recipe.
Well, this is exactly the sort of place where perhaps while eating lunch,
You're
may
thinking
be
about your next
already
meal.
thinking about dinner. It seems a little late in the evening, but it's only around 6 o'clock. It rained a bit and therefore it's really cool. But what I can get over is this particular Treehouse room. Out here you've got the main branch of the gulmohar tree that goes through the villa. I also like the little touches that they have in terms of thoughtfulness. So if you love your coffee, you've got a French press, you've got some coffee grounds here, you've got books here that you can just chill out with. And the best part of this Treehouse villa is of course the fact that you are amongst the trees. Simply stunning. So I've stayed in quite a few elevated villas, so to speak, but this one really feels like you are one amongst the trees. You feel like you're nestled in one of the boughs of either the jackfruit tree or the gulmohar tree that runs through the room. There's some smoke that's rising up the chimney. This literally transports you back to what a plantation bungalow might have been like at the turn of the last century. We've explored thus far only a bit of Tranquil. There's still so much more in these 400 acres that I'm hoping to explore and also share with you over the next few days.
This is called the pool villa. It's equipped with 3 bedrooms, all 3 air conditioned with a private living room. You've got a shuttle court over here. It's not the typical colonial type bungalows.
This is more like a tech tycoon sort of a, right? Very spacious, very big.
Yeah, very spacious. All 3 bedrooms come with their own bathrooms.
So this bedroom is for 4 people. So what do we have here?
Jam tarts.
Jam tarts.
With plum jam, cucumber, mustard, cheese sandwiches, apple crumble, but that was meant for lunch.
That was meant for lunch. We got delayed. Thank you. So Ajay, is this like your an
regular?
everyday tea coffee for you? Huh?
Yeah.
Jam tarts and cucumber, mustard, cheese sandwiches and...
Right from the time they started in 2000 to 2024, every evening, tea, coffee and snacks.
So every guest gets this. So even if there's 2 guests or...
Yeah, and we will never repeat it.
Really?
We won't repeat. Now, if you're having jam tarts today, it'll be another sweet dish tomorrow. It'll be, if it's sandwiches today, it's another savory tomorrow.
Very good. A nice short crust pastry. And the jam is sweet yet a little sour. So when you say a snack here, it's not something that comes out of a packet. It's something that you make.
Oh yeah. Tea has to be homemade. Yeah. It's like a plantation.
It's a
thing, I
plantation
think,
tradition. A cup of tea would come out, and then the next thing would be, what's there to eat with this? And it'd be either cookies or a sandwich or whatever, and that was...
And it would be home baked.
That was all homemade,
Yeah,
yeah.
wonderful.
Do a tea cake or something like that, so...
This is nice cucumber, thinly sliced.
With brown bread, we're being healthy here.
And just a bit of that pepperiness of the mustard. somewhere in
that's
there.
right, yeah.
So I must say that you planters have a great life here.
It works both ways. I mean, the grass always looks greener on the other side, but then to look after an estate, to maintain it, we were talking about, this earlier, saying today's world, everything is sort of a very same day delivery sort of a situation. Now, you plant something in the ground today, whether it's mangosteen, lychee, nutmeg, you have to wait 5 to 8 years to even see the results of that.
So are planters more patient
Yeah.
people?
Normally,
Normally.
Yeah.
this planter is
No, you have to be patient. I mean, you have to go through the motions of, vagaries of nature, labor situations, all that comes into play. But there's no better feeling than to be able to pluck a fruit that you planted, to be able to eat that and say, listen, came as a sapling, we're actually pulling out fruit now from this.
Wonderful.
And it's a wonderful feeling, actually.
on that note.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm kind of curious to know what this ingredient of yours is. Chocolate. Buttered chocolate.
Yes.
Muesli in there as well? Very good.
It's nice.
I'm not saying it just because I'm eating with you, but everything that I've eaten so far has been so wholesome.
Oh, happy to hear that. But we try. It's like I don't want like typical hotel food. This at
This
heart
isn't.
is our home, so extension of that.
Very good. Well, time for dinner. But truth be told, I am not hungry in the least. We had a late lunch and even later high tea. I'm feeling quite sated. But then our hosts Nisha and Ajay have prepared some very interesting dishes for dinner.
So this is our continental section. So every dinner we do a continental section as well as an Indian section. So today's continental, we've got a mutton lasagna, we've got a mixed vegetable cannelloni, and we've got a potato cheese rosti. Then on the Indian side, chapati, tomato rice. Yeah. That's a combination that goes super well with chicken ball curry. So this is my mum's recipe, made with coconut milk, minced chicken, valala mean pulichadu, which is basically kingfish with masala cooked in a banana leaf.
So it's like a curry mean pulichittu,
It's like a curry, but we do it with sea fish instead.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And then on the vegetarian side, we've got a potato and tomato Bengali curry. Those who are vegetarian, the potato and tomato curry goes beautifully well with the tomato rice. You've got some gobi masala or cauliflower, some beans and carrot puriyal, which is a very South Indian dressing. And then here we have a dal fry and katrika fry, which is fried aubergine.
Also get some of the pickle while we are at it. So this changes with every meal.
Every meal. So the settings change every meaning. The mats, napkins, dinner.
I really like the passion that you guys pour into this, yeah. And you guys have been doing this now for 20 years.
20 years, yeah.
I wore a different hat today, but I think it's not helping from the lighting point of view. So, voila. You've gone directly for the chicken ball curry. So every day you got what, 8-9 dishes, more than that, no?
Yeah.
Dinner more because I've always serve a little bit of Western food as well.
This katrika is nice. It's almost like a bit of a podi, you know. Now for the unbundling of the ayakura vale ele porichattu. So this is a rather eclectic combination. Lamb lasagna and
and mean poluchadu.
and mean polichattu on the side.
Yeah.
Together.
You know, you
Fusion cuisine.
yeah. But thankfully, the ayakura isn't trying to be a lasagna, and the lasagna isn't trying to be a porichattu.
Sometimes I do it even with the coriander, mint.
Like a patranu machi.
Almost like that.
Exactly.
Goat or is it sheep? Lamb lasagna.
Yeah, this will be goat, yeah.
Here it's all good.
All goat.
It's all goat. Very good. I'm enjoying the lasagna.
It's good?
Yeah. Let's move on to those pickles, the star fruit pickle. Every month you'll have a different pickle, or how does it work?
Whatever's fruiting at that point.
It's puckeringly sour, but spicy as well.
So that's my grandmom's recipe. And she had 4 daughters. She wrote this recipe 5 times. One for each of her daughters and one for Nisha.
Yeah.
She wrote me a letter many years ago.
Yeah.
In that it was like, so now you should put in a teaspoon of coriander. You can put 2. I like to put 3. You know, it was like written like how she speaks.
So do you still have that letter?
I have it with me.
Yeah. Carrots are nice and sweet in this poriyal. Very mellow, no?
Whatever masalas that you're grinding, you divide it to half. Half goes into the meatball mix and half goes into the curry.
It's lovely when it's also lamb here. There's a lot more fat in that.
Yeah.
So because of that, the
Maybe a
flavors
little
are
more
lovely.
moist.
Yeah.
There's also some raisins in this, is it?
In the rice.
The rice itself has tons of flavor.
The rice is cooked with coconut milk.
It mellows it down a bit, no?
Little bit.
It's almost creamy, that curry.
Yeah?
The potato is more like barring the mustard, like a Bengali aloo dum.
It is a Bengali dish.
Yeah.
This is my grandmom's recipe.
Oh, really? I mean, look at that. I mean, how dishes have their own signature styles and you just taste it and you pick on it. I like the fact that you've got some of this sauteed green chili, a slight tickle of heat in between. This is like what, a bread and butter pudding?
Bread and butter pudding with
It's a
marmalade.
marmalade. Bread pudding.
You know, the best part for me in a bread pudding are those toasty, slightly sticky, caramelized, slightly bitter bits. Excellent. This is going to be an interesting morning here.
This is called the honey chamber. They store their honey in this chamber.
It's very creamy, right?
And to show you where that comes from and how it's cultivated,
I've got a tree right here that we would like to show you.
Oh, that's a mangosteen there.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't expect to be finding this here. Huh? Nice sadhya.